Welcome to today's program on anger. Have you ever felt just angry? Um, you don't really know why you're angry. As an exJW, when you start to understand that you've been lied to for all those years and that it was all just one big lie, it makes you angry. Or at least it made me angry. And I know we all handle emotions differently. But for me, whenever I'm lied to, I feel angry, and I think about how God feels when about lies. God doesn't like lies, so you know, it anger is a big thing. So God even gets angry. So we've read about that in the Bible. So lying is just one of the worst things. And when we found out that we've been lied to for all those years, we have this anger we have to deal with. So I thought today let's go to Healthline and let's talk about anger and what happens if we pent anger up. So you notice here how to deal with pent up anger. And I encourage all XJWs just go to Healthline, go out, deal with this. And I even think for me, if I would have went and seen a therapist when I first left the religion, I think it would have done me good. Um, I think that would have been money well spent and to deal with a good therapist because I didn't know at the time why I felt all these feelings. And it was because of all these cult ideas that float in our heads. And for me, I left for 10 years. I left the religion and never did anything about the ideas in my head until just recently, about 5 months ago. and and my anger has come out differently. My wife says I'm a different person. She says, before she says, if I would have known I was marrying an ex-JW, I wouldn't have went into this arrangement because she's not a JW or ex-JW or anything like that. But coming out of a cult that really messes with our minds over years and years, and there's so many layers and layers and layers of lies. And I felt the best therapy for me was just going online and looking at some of the XJW sites, and there's a lot of good artists out there revealing all of these lies. And some of these artists are ex-elders, ex-pioneers, ex-Bethelites. Um, there's more and more coming online, and I think that's helping all of us to deal with all these layers of anger. So let's carry on. We all experience the feelings of being angry. Maybe it's anger directed at a situation or another person, or perhaps it's your go-to response for a perceived threat, real or not. So sometimes this anger gets into us and it's just we're protecting something. It's like we're protecting the religion still, but we're not even in the religion. So have we thought of that? So, but what happens when the anger takes over and you can't find a way to address and release these feelings? When this occurs, the result is what experts often refer to as pent up anger or anger that's been withheld and not expressed. This type of anger can affect your mental and physical health. For me, I had a couple of heart attacks, and it's not until recently I've really been feeling a lot better. So internally, it affects us. It really affects us. And it goes on to say that's why it's important to identify, address, and move past these feelings. So it talks about the causes. Well, for us, we know what our causes are, and but some of the feelings are irritability, internal restlessness, sadness, frustration. These are all feelings I've had, and it triggers us in different ways. I know for myself, I would isolate myself for 10 years. Really, I was isolated quite a bit. And I would just go into my garage and put on rock music and listen to it. And I just was drowning out my internal feelings with something else. I wasn't dealing with it. So, what's the symptoms? Well, poor sleep, feeling on edge, feeling edgy, getting irritated easily, just things, little things in life just seem to irritate you. becoming frustrated and irritated in minor situations, like, little things happen in life that you get a flat tire, a person shouldn't flip out, you know, or the tractor doesn't start or freezes up in the snow. It's not the end of the world. But uh, if we have all these internal feelings and we haven't dealt with them, sometimes these little things seem like it's the end of the world. And then here's the worst thing that can happen is criticizing or even hurting others. And for me, I've never hurt anybody, but I certainly have become critical. And but in the last 5 months, I've gotten way better. So my wife says. So it changes us if we can deal with this anger. So treatment. The first treatment is recognizing and accepting that you have pent up anger. It's a significant step toward dealing with it. And accepting that we were in a cult. Even for me, it took months. Even when I first started to wake up, I couldn't admit that I was in a cult. It took months. It wasn't until last month I really got to the bottom of that, and then realized that every religion on earth is a cult. So it's no big deal. It's just that we were probably in one of the strictest kind of cults as far as religions go. So it talks about clinically, talking about it. The best thing is to talk about it. I know for me, I had no one to talk to, and that's the problem when we come out of the religion. We have no one to talk to. We left our support. We have no outside support team, and those that know us, we might have we might have not, like my worldly family. I didn't really talk to them much, so I lost lots of relationships I lost because of the religion. So sometimes we have to go to therapy if we can't manage this anger. And this is a good article to really read. So let's go on here. Change your environment. So sometimes change your environment, work it out. So physical activity, go to the gym, go for a walk. That's really good. Challenge your thinking. And this is what this channel has done for me. It's challenged my thinking. I had to challenge my thinking, go inside. I had to undo the Rutherford trance, all that false ideologies. I had to undo it all. And that happens slowly, layers, because there's little things. And you go online. So we challenge our thinking. That'll help. And the apostates do an excellent job there to help us. Practice relaxation exercises. So breathing, deep breathing. Use creative arts. So if you draw, for me, coming online, and I've never done computer video movies in my life, but 4 or 5 months ago I started just with a movie camera, and now my wife got me all set up to use a computer, so I'm slowly learning. So using our creative skills or learning new things, and even at my age, you wonder, he's an old dog, just go tie him up, give him a bone. But if you let the dog out and you pet him and groom him and let him bark a bit, he's not a bad dog. At least my wife says so. So, sometimes we don't see who we really are. So if you have someone close that you can ask, that'll give you an honest opinion, like a wife or a partner. Um, they can help you a lot. A good friend, and just to level with you, tell you what you look like, on the outside, what I look like to you guys. And sometimes we don't see ourselves when we blow our top. So there comes a time with that we have to see a doctor. And sometimes the strengths, the strategies that you're using to deal with pent up anger on your own, they're just not working. And you need to reach out for professional help. So here's some red flags to be aware of when trying to determine if the pent up anger that you're experiencing has reached the point of expert intervention. So here it is, 4 points. You're engaging in self-harming behaviors. So we could talk about that. It could be even alcohol, drinking way too much alcohol. And I know I went through that. So you find yourself expressing anger to those you deem weaker or less powerful. So I went through that too. The other person at the other end certainly doesn't feel good when you lose your top. And then at the end, you're just apologizing and you don't realize why or what is going on in there. It's just mixed up. It's just a bunch of mixed up stuff inside, and it's hard to deal with it. So the fourth point is your anger is beginning to affect your relationships and your ability to feel happy or to feel close with others. And I know that happened to me too. So I should have went and seen professional help, but you guys have been my professional help. And here's some of the points: how to control anger. So even for me, delivering this part is good for me because it helps me to look at this and to deliver it, understand it. So how to control anger: 25 tips to help you stay calm. Anger is a normal feeling and can be a positive emotion when it helps you work through issues or problems, whether that's at work or at home. So it's not abnormal to get angry. Don't beat yourself up. However, anger can become problematic if it leads to aggression, outbursts, or even physical altercations. So maybe even we put our fist through the wall or something. That can happen. Then we have to deal with it. Anger control is important for helping you to avoid saying or doing something you may regret. Before anger escalates, you can use specific strategies for controlling anger. And we're going to cover this really quickly here. Here's 25 ways. Count down, take a breather, go for a walk, relax your muscles. Now here's what I like. Repeat a mantra. And I found that worked for me. When I go for a walk, it just doesn't cut it because my mind's still thinking about things. So if I can get into a mantra, and we're going to talk about that in a minute here. 6, stretch. Mentally escape. 7. 8, play some tunes. I've done lots of that. Go in the garage, put the tunes on. 9, stop talking. That's a hard one for me. If I'm in a situation, I can't control that thing right there in front of me. So that's why it's good to take a walk. Number 10, take a timeout. Yeah, it even tells you. 11, take action. So what does it say there? Harness your energy. It says harness your angry energy. Sign a petition. Write a note to an official. Do something good for someone else. Pour your energy and emotions into something that's healthy and productive. And we're going to talk about that. Write in your journal. We're going to talk about that. Find the most immediate solutions. I'm going to try to get rid of that. There we go. All these pop-up ads. It's hard to do a presentation. 14, rehearse your response. 15, picture a stop sign. 16, change your routine. 17, talk to a friend. 18, laugh. And that's what we're trying to do on our channel, laugh. I think laughing is so important. I felt this summer I had such a healing just laughing. And we're making funny videos and skits. So that's a really good medicine. 19, practice gratitude. And I've been practicing a lot of that over the last few months, is just being thankful. And thankful not only to God, but thankful to my wife, thankful to my animals, to everything around me. And that seems to make a big difference. Realizing how many good things you have in your life can help you neutralize anger and turn around the situation. Number 20, set a timer. Number 21, write a letter. Well, I started writing in a journal last January and it turned into a novel. So hopefully that'll be released. But it started out angry. For 3 months was angry, and I thought, I can't show this to anybody. It's just too angry. And so my wife says, well, make it fictional. Try to make it enjoyable to read. So we did. And I put poetry and a lot of stuff in there. And it became a really fun book. And we call it To Heaven and Back in One Night. So it'll be coming out soon. Number 22, imagine forgiving them. So you can forgive the governing body. Imagine that. So I've tried that in some of these funny videos, going in there and just treating them like people. It's a tough one. Number 23, practice empathy. So try to walk in the other person's shoes and see the situation from their perspective. The only way I could do this with the governing body is just blame it on Rutherford. That's the only way in my mind I could practice empathy and then give these guys all a break. But anyways, I don't know if they deserve it. But it's not my judgment again. Number 24, express your anger. We're going to talk about that in a second. Number 25, find a creative channel. We're going to talk about that. So to talk about those things, I'm gonna just stop here, and then I'm gonna show you what I've been doing. Okay, so what I've been doing is just writing down why I'm angry, and so I just start with the title. I'm angry at the watchtower, for whatever reason, and so here's a little mantra. I'm not going to be angry today, angry today, angry today. I'm just going to have my say, then start my day. Why am I angry at him? Well, all your literature kills off the trees, kills off the trees, kills off the trees. All that paper just blows in the breeze, blows in the breeze, blows in the breeze. The watchtower is really uncouth, really uncouth, really uncouth. The whole world knows that Jesus is truth. Jesus is truth. Jesus is truth. So you see, friends, it's just a mantra. And then what we can do is we can just get a little, I use this, what is this? A metronome. You've seen those, eh? So here's what we're going to do. This kind of adds a little bit to it. Let's speed it up a bit. I'm not going to be angry today, angry today, angry today. I'm just going to have my say, then start my day. All your literature kills off the trees, kills off the trees, kills off the trees. All that paper just blows in the breeze, blows in the breeze, blows in the breeze. The watchtower is really uncouth, really uncouth, really uncouth. The whole world knows that Jesus is truth. Jesus is truth. Jesus is truth. So you see, friends, you can get into a rhythm. You can be walking and stepping, and you can even do your fingers like a piano, and you can get your whole body involved into the mantra that you develop and go for a walk. And you come back, and it takes creativity. It takes a little bit of everything. And then you're channeling your anger, and you're using all that energy, like it's good energy. This anger, it's all this good energy we have, and then we're harnessing it, and we're capturing it, and we're putting it into a little bit of poetry, and we're releasing it to where it should go. So here's what happens when you put a little music to it and stand up. So let's try this again. Okay. So I'll just stop here. Okay, we're going to put on our mantra, monotone. What do we call it? Metronome. I'm not going to be angry today, angry today, angry today. I'm just going to have my say, then start my day, start my day. All your literature kills off the trees, kills off the trees, kills off the trees. All that paper just blows in the breeze, blows in the breeze, blows in the breeze. watchtower is really uncouth, really uncouth, really uncouth. The watchtower is really uncouth, really uncouth, really uncouth. The whole world knows that Jesus is truth. Jesus is truth. Jesus is truth. The whole world knows that Jesus is truth. Jesus is truth. Jesus is truth. So we can have fun with this all day long. But there you go. There's a little bit of a mantra. And I probably didn't give that any justice, but at least you can see how you can get out your anger. So we'll leave it there. So, but to leave on a positive note, until next time, folks, live your life with love. Bye for now.